Anything.
Peter!
He should be thanking you for not leading him on anymore.
I never led him on.
Okay, maybe you didn't. It really doesn't matter, does it? Hey, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. Look, you'll get along. You'll learn from this. Next week, you'll be out chasing some other co-ed. But that's not to say that you're just any co-ed, Courtney.
Vaughn, that's not the point. Peter's not like that. Unlike some people I know, he has a little sensitivity.
Now, look, come on, I didn't mean anything by that. I mean, look, all I'm saying is... All right, do you want me to say I'm sorry? I'm sorry. All right, now how's that? Now, come on, can't we just put this whole miserable episode behind us and get on thinking about our future together? Come on, what do you say?
I have work to do, Vaughn.
Work? Courtney, we've got a lot of things to talk about.
We'll talk tomorrow.
You what?
Now, just settle down. I said I'm not going to ask for the search warrant. It's just not worth it.
What do you mean it's not worth it, John? Do you know what that would mean if you found that second slot?
That's a pretty big if.
And what's that supposed to mean?
What it means is Mrs. Schmidt's in fantasy land. For all we know, the person she identified coming out of Amber's apartment was Yogi Bear.
Oh, John, for crying out loud, it was the Knave of Hearts, don't forget.
Oh, yeah? Well, the Knave of Hearts could have been Yogi Bear. She's just not reliable, Gene.
Well, come on. Now, how many people could look like Sebastian Knight? You tell me that.
That is not the point. The point is, she didn't pick him out of a lineup. She confirmed the first pictures we showed her.
John, you don't forget someone that big.
Look how vindictive she is. She's upset because we didn't put her on the stand at Day's trial.
Well, you didn't listen to her testimony, as I recall.
Well, whose side are you on, anyway?
I'm not on anyone's side. I just want to know the truth. Now, I've been fleshing out stories like this long enough to know when you can look at the facts realistically.
You call living with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs realistic?
The point is, she saw Sebastian Knight. She saw the man, I tell you.
Yeah, she's seen a lot of other things, too, like sleepy, dopey, and grumpy. I don't know what goes on in that woman's head, but I do know that it's useless for me to traipse down there to Judge Warren's office and ask him for a search warrant every time I want to study the decoration in somebody's house. He doesn't hand these things out like parking tickets, Gene.
All right.
Look, I'm sorry. Why don't you go over to Amber's apartment and have a look for yourself?
I've done that already. She knew what I was doing. She asked me to leave.
I love it. You should never have told her why you were there.
Oh, believe me, John, I tried. But for your information, you don't snoop around someone's apartment without them wondering why you're there.
Listen, I'm really sorry. I got a meeting I got to get to. I'm sorry. I'd really like to help you, Gene.
Great. Just go. Go to your meeting. Go.
All right.
Well, can I use your phone at least?
Absolutely. All you want.
Yeah, Russ Weaver, please. Russ, this is Gene. I was wondering if you could meet me at the newsroom. I've got something I'd like to ask you. Yeah. Thanks.
So if I report Dan Myers to the bar and try to stop him from making Nancy pay up, have a seat, he's going to tell them everything you did.
It was cheating on my term paper in law school.
Which could cost you your license to practice.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, there are two sides to every story, Ben. And I think my defense will take a lot of sting out of any threats that Dan might have.
Namely?
I mean, namely the fact that I'm a licensed lawyer. I mean, that says one thing. You don't pass the bar exam without knowing something about law, right?
What, you mean even though you faked a paper in law school, you proved yourself a competent lawyer by passing the bar exam?
Exactly. I mean, okay, I cheated on that one paper. But I mean, I have more than made up for that.
Sounds like med school. Listen, is that enough, Doug?
I object, Your Honor. I mean, You ever let me finish presenting my case to you?
Objection sustained. Please proceed.
Thank you. Well, there's also the fact that although I was in collusion with Dan at the beginning, I recanted, and then I took steps to make amends.
Well, couldn't the same thing hold true for Dan Myers? I mean, he changed his mind when he was caught red-handed in a room full of witnesses.
Yeah, but he didn't admit or confess to doing anything wrong. When he found out there was no money involved in this thing, he bolted for the door, right? Besides, who's Dan Myers going to call for a witness?
Good point. An even better point would be if you could get Julia to testify on your behalf.
I intend to.
Have you talked to her yet?
No, not yet, but I will. And then I've got to talk to Dan.
Do you think that's wise?
Well, let me put it to you this way. I mean, the cards have been dealt. Chips are on the table. It's poker time. He thinks he can run me down to the wire. I think I can beat him.
Nancy! Come on, Nancy, I know you're in there. Open up. Nick. Nick. Please excuse me for not being more courteous. But given the fact that you're still here living off my money, I think you're lucky you weren't out on your ear yesterday. Now tell me, Nancy, what are you still doing here when I ordered you to get out yesterday?
I didn't have anywhere to go.
Oh, don't give me that. Don't lie to me. You're just still here leeching off me for another day, right?
I don't have anywhere to go.
She doesn't have anywhere to go. Now, you poor homeless thing. Now, why don't you just go over to Grandmother Davidson's house, huh, and sit around with Benny and little Lori and munch goodies and plot your next little deception?
It's not like that. And I don't want to bother them.
Oh, you don't want to you didn't mind bothering them when you were planning to stab old Dan right in the back.
Stab? Who stabbed who? I went down to the bank and I discovered that you cleaned out our joint bank account. I mean, how could you do that without my consent?
I don't have time to give you an education. Look, this is a 20, see? Now, when we opened our joint account, as I recall, your contribution was a big $13.39. So just consider the rest good faith money, huh? It's time that we ended our little relationship.
What are you doing?
I'm not taking any charity cases anymore, Nancy.
No, please! I don't have anywhere to go!
Don't give me that. Why don't you just go out there and find out some other sucker to leech off of for a while, huh?
Just give me a couple of days. I don't have anywhere to go!
Oh, Nancy. Your time is up. It's time for you to go, too. Oh, you're not going to go until I kick you out. Is that it?
I think not, lawyer man. Now, you lay another hand on this girl and you'll have me to tangle with.
Look, Gene, some stories just don't pan out. No matter how hard you want, you try. Yeah, look, I remember once I spent the whole month, every night, sitting up all night on a park bench because I was sure that there was going to be this big drug drop and I was going to get a big story out of it.
Yeah, so what happened?
Well, other than the fact that I interfered with the sex lives of several overeager college students, nothing. No story, not a thing.
Walter, this is different.
No, it's not different, Gene. You are at a dead end. You're just chasing shadows unless Brubaker can get you that warrant. I want you back on that crime commission story pronto.
But wait a minute, Walter. Now, just give me a few more days. That's all I'm asking.
No way. Now, there's a job that needs to be done, and I want you to get on it right away. There's a lot of facts that need to be flushed out.
But look, I've been working down there.
Redland, look, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but the bottom line is that I don't pay my reporters to clear their friends. I pay them to write news.
This is news.
You can't deny that you're involved in this personally. And I want you to know something else. I feel just as badly as you do whenever I look at Stacy's empty desk. But this job needs to be done, and I want you to get it done. I want you to have that crime commission report on my desk tomorrow. You understand?
Yes.
Good.